Peter Jackson, the acclaimed director of The Frighteners and Meet the Feebles, has announced that The Hobbit, the long-awaited prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, will be split into 3 movies instead of 2. Fantastic! As a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm psyched that The Hobbit is now going to be just as long as the original trilogy. I can't remember a time when a prequel trilogy was made with far less story than the original, but I'm sure whenever it was, things turned out great. This isn't a shameless cash grab, an attempt by Peter Jackson to make more money on a book that's far shorter than even The Fellowship of the Ring. Peter Jackson really needs those 9 hours to tell the story of everything that's ever even alluded to in The Hobbit. For example, in one scene, chief protagonist Bilbo Baggins finds a bit of fuzz. This will now be depicted in a 2.5-hour-long sequence. My biggest complaint about The Lord of the Rings was that they're just too short. I mean, sure, the director's cut helps, but they could be longer. There's gotta be more walking. Kill Bill was the first movie of the modern era to be split into multiple parts in order to make more money. Excuse me, did I say make more money? I meant artistic integrity. And of course, the Harry Potter franchise ended in a surprise 2-parter, which was very successful and beloved of fans everywhere. And the theory will be tested soon with the upcoming Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2, which I'm sure will be successful because the market is definitely not oversaturated with vampire movies. And also, the market is definitely not oversaturated with jokes about the market being oversaturated with vampire movies. My only concern is that there's just too much story in The Hobbit for only 3 movies. Hopefully, after the first 2 come out, they'll decide to split the 3rd one into 3 separate movies. And then after the first 2 of those come out, they'll split that 3rd one into 3 separate movies. And this will repeat over and over and over again until eventually we have a movie comprised of so little source material that it's essentially a 2.5-hour single take of Bilbo eating breakfast. Join us next week for the 2nd and 3rd parts of this rant. I got my ticket already.